You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your early weekly spoilers for June 30th to July 4th. We're going to talk about Phillip scheming and Tony plotting in a very DiMera way. It's Melinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, hit that subscribe button as we always do on Early Edition Day. We start with what is coming the rest of this week. On Wednesday, June 25th, Roman and Marlena confront Johnny DiMera. I wonder if Roman's going to ask him about the gun and Marlena is going to ask him about him holding a gun on EJ that night. I don't know if she will mention that Rachel confessed to her because Marlena promised to keep it secret, so she may ask questions but not say where she got the info from. So I'm wondering, what will Johnny say to Roman and Marlena about the night EJ was shot? Are they going to flat out demand to know from Johnny if he tried to kill EJ? Stephanie is questioning Phillip on Wednesday, and I wonder if he's going to tell Stephanie the truth about his pact with Xander, but that he's going to keep the truth hidden. She may accuse Phillip of lying for his brother. He dug in his heels and insisted to Belle that Xander didn't do it, but I wonder if he might tell Stephanie the truth. He probably should not. Titan DiMera may be in trouble because of Xander's recent arrest, even though the charges dropped. And of course, Phillip being beaten was also dodgy front page news. So Xander comes up with a plan to save their merged company. So is Phillip going to work side by side with Xander to make the combined companies a stronger entity? I think so. Plus, Melinda meets with a desperate Sophia Choi, who is begging Melinda to help her find adoptive parents. She is quite worried about Tate wanting to keep the kid, which is a real fear, especially after what he talked to Shane Donovan about. Thursday, June 26th, Kate smells trouble when she sees Marlena and Roman with their heads together. So, of course, they're talking about their suspicions about Johnny, and I wonder if Kate is going to overhear them talking about Johnny or maybe misinterpret what she sees when grieving Marlena is close to her husband, Roman. So also this week, Kate is going to vow to Roman that she will find a way to make Xander pay for hurting her precious baby boy, Phillip. Belle is going to grill EJ DiMera. So I wonder if she overheard Marlena and Roman talking about Johnny, or maybe one of them went to Belle, but she's going to want some answers. Johnny and Gabi do some brainstorming. This is likely at work. They're both accused of shooting EJ, so that could be the topic of conversation, but it could also just be about Titan DiMera and Gabi Chic and her concerns with the company being under that combined umbrella. Sarah has another argument with Xander about custody and visitation of Victoria, and Xander hints that he may use Sarah's past mental breakdown against her, like when she kidnapped Rachel Black from Kristen and ran off with her, which absolutely would be a terrible thing to do because it was Xander and Victor that did the baby swap that caused her to have that whole nervous breakdown. So Xander may dig in though and fight for sole custody if Sarah doesn't start letting him see his daughter Victoria. Friday, June 27th, Chad and Kat enjoy an evening out together, and she may grill Chad about EJ and where Chad thinks that EJ got the money to buy the hospital. So Kat may be asking these questions to Chad under the guise of their friendship because she's been forced back to working as an ISA analyst by Shane, although Kat did extract a promise from Shane that this would be her last hurrah with them and she doesn't want to be back working for them full time. So Kat also has a chat with Rafe this week, and after they talk, he calls someone to say he has more info. So I wonder if Kat got some dirt about EJ that she shares with Rafe. Alex agrees to something that Kate wants. It could be about this book publishing thing, or it could be about Phillip and maybe Kate wants Alex to promise that he'll protect Phillip from Xander. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I just thought it was so gross where Patch was talking about that new sexy thing, that little trick in the bedroom that Kayla pulled because she read it in the book. That book that their daughter wrote. I imagine they would be horrified to know that they were getting sexy time tips from their daughter, because then Patch pointed out something on a different page he wants to try. I think they are all going to be scarred for life when that comes out. So speaking of Phillip and Xander, they make an agreement, and it may be to run Titan DiMera together, protect their dad's legacy, and have each other's back. And I'd like to see them be roommates. They are going to be back on the bromance thing and having each other's backs again soon. They've both done bad things, so they're in a good position to move forward and forgive each other. EJ is worried about Johnny, and he has a valid reason to be concerned, because on Friday, looks like that's when Jada arrests Johnny. She accuses him of trying to kill his dad, EJ. Father and son are both stunned, and we're left with the question of, did Johnny really do the deed? Jada has some advice for Stephanie, and I wonder if it's personal or if it's about Phillip and Xander. The week of June 30th through July 4th, we have got EJ really worried. He doesn't want Johnny to go down for the shooting, but EJ also does seem convinced that Johnny did it. So I want to see all the footage from that memory card that Rita brought back that he showed to Tony. I want to see for myself if it shows Johnny pulling the trigger on EJ or just Johnny holding the gun, and maybe EJ was so stressed out watching it, he turned off the recording before it showed actually who did the deal. So with Johnny arrested, that would mean Belle would be prosecuting her nephew Johnny, son of the man she's in love with. So it seems like Belle needs to recuse herself from the case. And I can also see EJ going to Belle and asking her to drop the charges and say that he won't participate in the prosecution. However, if Rachel is indeed saying she witnessed it, she could testify, and they wouldn't necessarily even need EJ. Rita did hand over that thumb drive, so I wonder if Tony's going to look it over. Actually, it was a memory card. And I wonder if Tony is going to view the footage and get some insight that might help his nephew, Johnny. Marlena may offer to hypnotize EJ to recover his memories, because some are still spotty. He recalls seeing Johnny with the gun, but does EJ actually remember his son firing the gun? Because we've not seen that. We have seen portions of his memory, but not the actual, bang, bang bullet. Phillip and Xander make moves to prove they're a united front at Titan DiMera, but Phillip may keep struggling with PTSD and nightmares from the brutal beating he took. Tony DiMera has vowed to take back DiMera Enterprises to protect his late father's legacy, so it looks like he may be a problem for Phillip and Xander. Kate continues to plot to ruin Xander and protect Phillip, even though he tells her to stop. And Sarah and Xander's breakup gets more acrimonious by the day, but Phillip is going to try and heal the rift in their marriage. Marlena may get more signs from John from the other side, and look for Tony and Anna to stick around Salem while other out-of-towners pack up and go. Gwen Rizchek debuts the following Monday on July 7th, and Hurricane Sammy is showing up in Salem soon, and she may be there to pay tribute to John in her own way, and may want to protect her son Johnny from this murder accusation.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.